there does come a point where on a range of different things, economic growth, the welfare bill, taxes that you would cut, Thames Water, what's going on with British Steel, it's quite hard to work out what you would do. And your position, which is, I can't say what I would do necessarily because it's a hypothetical and I want to be honest, might have some plaudits, but I suggest to you humbly that perhaps there are other people who want a bit more.
We are 6 weeks into a 4-year general election, maybe 5 even, depending on exactly how it works. Whatever I say now is likely not to apply then. So what I'm going to do is earn the trust of the British people by explaining to them how we think, and we are going to bring the policy out as it's thought through. So I'm not saying we're not going to say anything, vote for us. These things will come.
When will
what I'm
they come?
not doing, you will start to see them soon. But yes, I'm not.
So
I'm
we
not
say
being,
springtime. We're going to get sent to what taxes the Tory party might
watch
cut.
this space is what I'm saying. You will see there will be a narrative, there will be policies, but what I'm not going to do is rush out in 6 weeks. Nigel Farage has actually had a lot more time than me specifically. If you're talking about individuals, I'm rebuilding something that is really big. I'm not just selling something that's gimmicky, and that's going to mean that people will need to be patient.
It's becoming increasingly clear that Kemi Badenoch's role as leader of the Conservative Party may simply just to keep her seat warm until a more suitable replacement comes along. Her leadership so far has been marked by a reluctance to offer any meaningful policies or vision for the future. Instead, she seems to be banking on vague promises of rebuilding trust with the public, trust that has been thoroughly eroded over the past 14 years of Conservative rule. Badenoch's refusal to spell out specific policies is justified to some extent. After all, any ideas floated now may be irrelevant by the time the next general election comes around. However, her approach raises a critical question. If she isn't offering a clear path forward, what exactly is her purpose as leader? The lack of any concrete vision leaves the Conservatives appearing rudderless, a party more focused on dodging accountability than charting a course for recovery. During a recent podcast appearance, Badenoch leaned heavily on the idea that rebuilding takes time and urged both the public and her party to be patient. I will get there, I promise. She argued that the policy announcement would come in due course, suggesting that her focus right now is on earning trust. But what the fuck is she talking about? Trust in the Conservative Party has been shattered by years of mismanagement, elitism, dishonesty and economic failures. To first rebuild trust, you need to acknowledge past mistakes, something that Badenoch and her party seem fundamentally unwilling to do. An honest reckoning with their failures could be the first step towards regaining any kind of credibility. This would mean admitting they were wrong, apologising to the public and offering clear steps to rectify those mistakes, but instead Badenoch and her party continue to deflect blame onto others, the EU, the immigrants, the media, even the so-called blob in the civil service. This blame shifting not only fails to inspire confidence, but also reinforces the perception of a party that is out of touch and unwilling to take responsibility. If Badenoch wants to stand a chance of reversing her party's fortune, she needs to start by acknowledging the damage the Conservatives have done over the past decade and a half. She must stop blaming external factors and instead focus on presenting a compelling vision for the future. Without this, the party will continue to hemorrhage support to reform and Nigel Farage, and Badenoch's tenure as leader will be remembered as a short-lived placeholder for party in decline. Bit like Liz Truss, actually. But ultimately, Badenoch's leadership, or lack thereof, only reinforces the perception that the Conservatives are a party without direction. One Direction. Trapped in the stories and shadows of their own failures. Unless drastic changes are made, it's hard to see how the Tories can recover under her stewardship. But let me know what you think in the comments. I've been Jake from Just Jake. As always, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you next time. You actually made it to the end of the video. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, which, why haven't you already, is somewhere over there. And also, if you want to watch more videos, also check out over there. I've been Jake from Just Jake. See you later.